So now, the developing situation in Bangladesh has of course raised concern over the possible impact that it is going to have on India and the current geopolitical situation, in fact, in the region. The Modi government, of course, has convened an all-party meeting in the parliament earlier today. You can see the visuals of this meeting and all the opposition leaders who can be seen on this part as well. And you, of course, have the briefing being given by Dr. S. Jaishankar, the External Affairs Minister. Of course, in attendance, you also have people like Rahul Gandhi from the opposition. In fact, the session kicked off in both the houses of the parliament today, and earlier in the day you had the External Affairs Minister briefing the opposition on Sheikh Hasina's further plan. He's also said that the government is trying to limit the fallout on India as well, and that the opposition was already being briefed on the possible impact that it may have on the security. In fact, the government has intended to take all parties along on this situation. Well, sources are telling Times Now that the opposition has also offered unanimous support and has supported the centre's handling of the Bangladesh crisis. Well, in fact, let's tell you what exactly it is that the opposition leaders have been saying. Several of them have been speaking about the crisis in Bangladesh and what it may mean for India. Let's get you some of the voices coming in, from Manish Tiwari to Shashi Tharoor of the Congress.
Well, look, as far as India is concerned, I think the first and most important signal we need to send to the people of Bangladesh is that we stand with them, that there is no other vested interests that India has. There are some disturbing reports coming, as you know, of attacks on Hindu homes, temples and individuals. We all saw the pictures of looting, etc. yesterday. It may calm down and stabilize in a couple of days, in which case we don't have to worry. If it doesn't, then of course there is a risk even of refugees fleeing to our country, and that would be a matter of grave concern. There are some understandable concerns in India about the increasing influence of the Jamaat-e-Islami, which has taken a very hostile attitude to India in the past. We don't want an unstable or an unfriendly neighbor.
Today, you have given an adjournment motion notice regarding the situation which is being there within Bangladesh. How serious is this for our country as well? Because there is a high alert at the border as well, and even the DG BSF has also visited the borders because there is a tense environment which is being there.
Well, the situation in Bangladesh is definitely concerning. It's a grave situation. You've had a Prime Minister who's been compelled to leave under certain very unfortunate circumstances. Bangladesh has an important relationship with India, and the events in Bangladesh will reverberate throughout the South Asian and the East Asian region. So therefore, under those circumstances, we do hope that the government would agree to a full discussion on Bangladesh in the House.
So that's very interesting. Let me go across to Pragya to put all of this into perspective. Pragya, we just heard Manish Tiwari, despite the fact that there has been an all-party meeting where the External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, has already briefed the opposition parties and given details of what's going to be the plan ahead, also the possible impact that the instability in Bangladesh may have on India's security. You have the Congress insisting that it's not enough, that there must be a full-length discussion on the floor of the parliament as well. Do we expect that to happen now?
Well, the opposition parties had made this an issue yesterday as well, and they would want a government to speak officially on it. And this is exactly the reason why this all-party meeting was convened today by a Parliamentary Affairs Minister and all the leaders of these parties, including from Congress. There was Rahul Gandhi, K.C. Venugopal. They were in the meeting, and in fact, the government briefed them. In fact, Mr. Jaishankar had briefed all of them and took everyone's questions as well on the prevailing situation in this matter. And in fact, Rahul Gandhi, I would say that he specifically asked whether there is an intervention of foreign forces in what is happening in Bangladesh vis-a-vis China. He specifically asked whether China has a role to play. However, Mr. Jaishankar said that there is one Pakistani official who had changed, the profile picture, and who has also in a way supported the movement, whatever is happening in Bangladesh, in a way hinting that there could be a hand of China in this. He said, while we cannot say with total certainty, but this is a very serious matter, and we are investigating it. Also, we are not, ruling it out that there could be hand of Pakistan as well. However, Rahul Gandhi asked Mr. Jaishankar specifically about China. which is very important, and every other party leader also noticed it. There is also a concern about the border situation. So Mr. Jaishankar has told that border situation on the border is fine. We are keeping a close watch, and we are keeping a close watch not just on our borders, but also in the developing situation in Bangladesh as well, because there are approximately 12,000 Indians that are still there, and they're in touch with the embassies. 8,000 students are already out of the country, but there are still 12,000 Indians, and they're saying nothing to worry about. They're in touch with the embassy, and the government is also in touch with the army in Bangladesh. So in a way, also ensuring that Indians are safe in Bangladesh, especially in a situation like this, where law and order situation, people have taken in their own hands, army, while saying that they are going to control the situation. India is keeping a strict vigil and watch on it. As far as Ms. Sheikh Hasina is concerned, the government is saying they have not contacted her yet. However,
Right.
they're still giving her time. In fact, waiting for her to come back on what are her plans and where would
Absolutely,
she
and
want
that's very significant what you've pointed out, that India is also in touch with the Bangladeshi army as well. After all, if that's going to be the new dispensation, it may want to recalibrate the diplomatic ties and how it goes about it with Bangladesh. Meanwhile,